world, thank you for accepting me again as a boxer. And I hope that this July 19 can entertain you guys for this our performance with Mario Barrios.
It's crazy to put into words, but yeah, come July 19th, I'm gonna be facing a legend is gonna be across from me, trying to take my WBC world title.
And I'm ready to make another run.
Yes, I'm back.
Mario, you hear it from.
I couldn't be more honored, and just stoked and excited for this opportunity, and I'm ready to fully grasp this and continue to show everybody why I'm the champion.
The legend is back. Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios just went face to face for the first time. All smiles and respect, but the message was clear. This is real. Pacquiao is chasing another world title, and Barrios isn't planning to let his belt go without a war. Here's everything from the full press conference and their first face-off. At 45 years old, Manny Pacquiao isn't just stepping into the ring for a payday, he's chasing another world title. And at the press conference, he clarified that his passion for boxing hasn't faded.
I started my career of professional boxing in 1995 until now, so amazingly, that's a blessings from God. And the fire, the determination, eagerness to train hard, to work hard. Even now, I'm enjoying working out hard, like running the mountain, working out in the afternoon, like amazing. Can you imagine that I've been through all those big fights in my life, but I'm still here. Manny Pacquiao is back.
That hunger, it's not just talk. Pacquiao's been grinding in the gym and hitting the mountains like he's still in his 20s. Manny Pacquiao didn't just show up at the press conference with words, he backed it up with action. In an Instagram post, the 8-division champ gave fans a glimpse into what 45-year-old greatness looks like when it's grinding behind the scenes.
If I'm thinking about boxing, it's about how you prepare for the fight. I work hard. I punish myself during training. Like, if my fight is 12 rounds, I did every day like 28, 30 rounds. Before, when I was young, 36 rounds every day. The Barrios fight, the Barrios one, I threw a lot of punches from first round to 11th round. I didn't feel tired. The same speed, the same combination, the same throwing punches. More punches throwing at the later round. Because on that fight, I worked every day, 36 rounds. And the fight is 12 rounds, so it's easy.
Even at this stage of his career, Pacquiao isn't cutting corners. From sunrise runs to non-stop gym work, he's treating this fight with Mario Barrios like it's another title shot on the line, because it is. While Pacquiao's comeback has dominated headlines, Mario Barrios made sure everyone at the press conference remembered who the reigning champion is. Calm but confident, Barrios didn't trash talk. Instead, he reflected on how surreal it is to defend his WBC world title against one of the sport's greatest ever, and why he's not backing down.
It's crazy to put into words, but yeah, come July 19th, I'm gonna be facing a legend is gonna be across from me, trying to take my WBC world title.
Barrios acknowledged Pacquiao's legendary status, but he made one thing clear: this isn't a retirement ceremony, it's a championship fight. And while there's respect, there's also a line drawn in the sand.
It's for me, it's just I have all the respect for him. I have nothing but good things to say about him outside of the ring, but inside of there, he's just another man, trying to take what's mine. And it's been a long road, but I'm here and I'm the champion for a reason, and I'm going to show that on July 19th.
Barrios knows what's at stake. He's not here to play the role of opponent in someone else's legacy story. He's here to defend his belt and prove that Pacquiao's return isn't a comeback tale. It's a challenge that ends with a champion standing tall, and he's planning to make sure that champion is him. Barrios might have smiled at the press conference and shown nothing but respect on the mic, but don't get it twisted, he knows exactly what kind of fight he's in for. And when asked what it's like preparing for a legend like Pacquiao, Barrios didn't sugarcoat it.
Yeah, he's a hard guy to dislike, but like I said, at the end of the day, he's in there. It's a kill or be killed. I know if at any point he has me hurt, he's gonna get me out of there. Without a doubt. So I have to go and make sure, you know, he's not successful, and I have to go in there and just make sure, you know, that my hand is raised at the end of the fight, you know, whether it's by stoppage or by decision.
That's not trash talk, that's the reality of boxing at this level. Barrios knows Pacquiao isn't here for a farewell tour, and come July 19th, there's no room for nostalgia or admiration. Only one man walks out with the WBC belt, and Barrios is ready to fight like his career depends on it. When Manny Pacquiao took the mic, there was no bravado, just reflection. After nearly 30 years in boxing, the Filipino legend had stepped away in 2021 following his loss to Yordenis Ugas. Many assumed it was the end. He dabbled in politics, took on exhibitions, and even ran for president of the Philippines. But the ring kept calling. Now, after 4 years out of professional boxing, Pacquiao is back, not for money, not for attention, but because it's in his blood.
I returned to boxing because I miss boxing, especially this situation. Like, you know, you get being interviewed and press con like that, training camp, everything like that. I miss that, but it's good for me because I rest my body for 4 years. I've been in boxing for more than almost 30 years, so I have to good thing for me that I rest 4 years in my body. And now I'm back. I'm excited for the fans to give a good fight.
Pacquiao's love for the sport hasn't faded, and neither has his commitment. He's not coming back for a tune-up. He's stepping straight into a world title fight against a prime champion in Mario Barrios. That alone speaks volumes about his mindset, and in classic Pacquiao fashion, he reminded everyone that this return isn't just sentimental, it's rooted in discipline.
You know me, I'm so dedicated to my career. Boxing is my passion. The way I train, the way I work hard, punishing myself to the limit, and to make sure that I can give a good fight to the fans. So that's what you're expecting to me on that fight, July 19. It's gonna be a good fight. No, I hope that Mario Barrios. I know he trained hard. He has to defend his belt. So I'm a challenger. So I have to make more extra mile to punish myself and able to win the fight. And that's my goal. All of us, our goal is to win.
It's rare to hear a former 8-division world champion describe himself as the challenger, but that's exactly why Pacquiao's return feels different. He's not looking for a soft landing. He's chasing legacy the hard way, just like he always has. And come July 19th, he's promising to push himself to the edge all over again. Not for history, but for victory. At 45 years old, Manny Pacquiao isn't just chasing one more title, he's chasing a moment that would rewrite boxing history. During the press conference, the host brought up a staggering fact. If Pacquiao wins on July 19th, he won't just reclaim a world title, he'll break his own record as the oldest welterweight champion in boxing history. He originally set that milestone back in 2019 when he beat an undefeated Keith Thurman at age 40, a victory that stunned fans and proved he still belonged at the elite level. Now, 5 years later, he's trying to do it again. And when asked what that would mean to him, Pacquiao's answer was anything but selfish.
My goal is to leave a legacy to the boxing fans. Legacy that can inspire to those young generation who are dreaming to be a champion, to be known as a champion not only in boxing industry but to the boxing fans all over the world. Thank you.
That's the heart of Manny Pacquiao. Even with a record-breaking opportunity on the line, his focus is on the next generation. For him, the real victory is showing that discipline, faith, and relentless work can carry you through decades, from a kid sleeping in a boxing gym in General Santos, Philippines, to becoming the only 8-division world champion in history. July 19th isn't just about gold belts, it's about lighting a fire for everyone who dares to dream, and Pacquiao knows the best way to inspire is to win. For most fighters, age 46 signals retirement, not resurgence. But for Manny Pacquiao, it's just another mountain to climb. After speaking on legacy and inspiring the next generation, he backed those words with something far more powerful: action. While critics question whether he still has the physical edge, Pacquiao didn't say a word. He let the training speak for itself, and what he revealed next sent shockwaves across the boxing world. That's not a body holding on to the past. That's a man who never stopped pushing forward, built like a machine and training like he's 26, not 46. Pacquiao's return isn't ceremonial, it's competitive. He's not here to be honored, he's here to win. And with that kind of shape, discipline, and fire, Mario Barrios better be ready for more than just a legend. He's facing a man who still fights like he's chasing his first world title. With just weeks left until the fight, Mario Barrios has sharpened his tone. The respect for Pacquiao is still there, but now it's war talk. The undefeated WBC champion knows exactly what's at stake: legacy, belt, and the spotlight that comes with beating a global icon. But more than that, Barrios is starting to vocalize what many fans and analysts have quietly been thinking. Pacquiao is 46, coming off a 4-year layoff, and hasn't fought since losing to Yordenis Ugas. Barrios isn't just younger, he's active, hungry, and fully aware of the physical edge he holds. So when asked how he plans to beat a living legend, his answer was calm, but cold.
I just had to use, all of that, like the, as busy as I've been in my career, the attributes I have, the skill set I have, the youth is on my side. So it's my job just to go in there, use all of that again, just make sure, I still walk out holding that title.
No fluff, no hero worship. That's a fighter who sees Pacquiao as a threat to his era. And in Barrios' mind, July 19th isn't about protecting a legend. It's about sending him back into retirement for good. It's a dangerous mindset, one built not on nostalgia, but numbers. Younger, fresher, more active, with a belt to defend and nothing to lose. If Pacquiao underestimates that hunger for even one round, this comeback could go from historic to humbling. But if Manny's body lives up to his fire, Barrios might find out why age alone doesn't win fights. Barrios made his point: he's younger, sharper, and coming to defend what's his. But if he thinks Pacquiao's age means he's slowing down, he might be walking into a trap, because what Manny lacks in youth, he's making up for with a level of training intensity most 20-somethings can't even survive. And just when critics started to doubt if he could still move like the Pac-Man of old, this happened. That's not a farewell camp, that's a firestorm. The speed, the volume, it's all still there. At 46, Pacquiao's not easing into a legacy fight, he's gunning for domination. So when Barrios steps into that ring on July 19th, thinking he has time on his side, he better hope time doesn't start moving like Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao might be the global icon, the 8-division world champion with 3 decades in the game. But across the ring on July 19th, it's Mario Barrios, younger, sharper, and laser focused, who's holding the belt and the burden of proof. And at the press conference, Barrios didn't flinch. There was no intimidation in his tone, just quiet calculation. He knows exactly what he's up against, and he's not banking on Pacquiao's age or layoff. He's relying on his own execution.
Up to me to go in there on fight night and just, try to neutralize, what he does and, try to dominate in any way that I can. So yeah, I just got to go in there, just be me, work on the game plan we're working on in the gym, and use, all my attributes and, my skill set and my youth.
Barrios didn't promise fireworks. He promised domination, control, and he made it clear he's not fighting Manny's legacy, he's fighting to keep his belt. His focus is cold, mechanical, and fully aware that one mistake could cost him everything. That's why his second message hit even harder.
Yeah, a victory on July 19th, it means everything. I plan on doing whatever it takes to be, and still to take this strap back to San Antonio, where it's been, and yeah, a victory over the legend. It's huge for me. It's huge, for everything I'm working for. Everything's on the line right now, and I know it's a huge task at hand. Like I said, I mean, it's a legend for a reason, and but I mean, I have confidence in everything we're working on right now in the gym, and I'm gonna be ready.
There's absolutely no trash talk here, just intent. Barrios knows the stakes. He knows what it means to beat a name like Pacquiao, and more importantly, he knows what it means to lose it all on one bad night. This isn't just youth versus experience. It's a man protecting what he's earned against a legend who's coming back for what he left behind. Mario Barrios may have youth and momentum, but Manny Pacquiao isn't walking into this fight hoping for nostalgia. He's banking on something far more dangerous, experience sharpened by 3 decades of elite warfare. And the response wasn't flashy, it was calm, rooted in years of pain and preparation.
Experience a big factor for this fight. I've been through a lot of hard fights, and experience I can use that on this fight. But I'm not underestimating my opponent. I have to make sure that I'm 100% conditioned.
It wasn't just about what he's done, but how he's always prepared to do it again. Pacquiao acknowledged Barrios with respect, but made it clear, no shortcuts, no nostalgia trip, just relentless training and full belief in a system that's carried him to the top time and time again. He credited his team, but then Pacquiao gave a rare insight into the why behind his greatness, a philosophy that's built not just champions, but legends.
And because of and I always believe my team, especially Freddy Roach, my coach, Legion coach, Buboy Fernandez, and the rest of the team Pacquiao are very supportive, and we work hard, planning, thinking, because that's we used to do on every fight. That we had in the past. We study, we mix boxing into science to make it easier. We study like we're in the school, something like that. That's boxing. That's why I able to become a champion in different division. It's because of what we did in the past, studying boxing. The secret arts of boxing. That's what are we doing right now.
This isn't just about speed or power. It's about a mind sharpened by decades of studying the ring like a language. Pacquiao didn't promise flash, he promised calculation. And that's what separates this comeback from any other. It's not just a fight, it's Manny Pacquiao's final thesis, a study in war, experience, and legacy, against a man who's trying to write his own story by ending Pacquiao's. As fight night draws closer, both camps have made their final statements. Barrios has called this fight the biggest moment of his career, a chance to solidify himself by beating a living legend. But Manny Pacquiao, returning at age 46 after 4 years out of the ring, isn't just coming back to compete, he's coming back to chase history again. So when the press asked both fighters one simple question, what's the result going to be? We saw 2 completely different mindsets.
Mario Barrios, as you defend your WBC welterweight championship of the world, the result against Manny Pacquiao on Saturday, July 19th is going to be what?
And still, by any means.
Barrios made it clear, he's not here for sentiment, he's not caught up in legacy, he's defending his title by any means necessary. That's youth talking, but also a man who knows he's standing at the door of superstardom if he pulls this off.
Manny Pacquiao, the challenger, 8 division world champion, International Boxing Hall of Famer. What is the result going to be against Mario Barrios in Las Vegas?
Praying to God to another history of boxing. Thank you, fans. Thank you.
No bravado, no catchphrase, just prayer and purpose. That's a man who's been at the top, stepped away, and now wants one last signature on the sport he helped define. For Pacquiao, July 19th isn't about proving something new, it's about finishing something unforgettable. And so we wait, one man chasing greatness, the other trying to stop it. After all, Barrios had been vocal about using his youth, power, and activity to dethrone the boxing icon. Pacquiao, on the other hand, remained calm, humble, and focused on history. But when the two finally came face to face on stage, something unexpected happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Pacquiao, Mario Barrios, for Barrios WBC Welterweight Championship of the World. It is our main event on Saturday, July 19th. PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video from the historic MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas.
What started as a serious stare-down quickly turned into shared laughter, a rare moment of mutual respect between two fighters who understand the magnitude of what's coming. It wasn't a sign of weakness. If anything, it was a reflection of confidence from both sides. Barrios looked into the eyes of a legend and didn't flinch. Pacquiao looked back at a rising champion and smiled. Not because he's underestimating him, but because he's done this before, many times. And now both men are ready. No bad blood, no fake drama, just war with a smile. With Pacquiao's legendary experience and incredible comeback spirit versus Barrios' youth and hunger to defend his title, who do you think will walk away victorious on July 19th and why?